Hey guys, today I have for you a video on very heat-proof makeup. This is the makeup that I wear in the parks to make sure that it stays on all day long. It can stay on from rope drop to all the way after the fireworks, and it'll still look great. I don't know about a whole, hurricane type great, but hopefully that doesn't happen to you on your Disney trip. So let's just get right into the video. Okay, so let's start off by pinning my hair back. Okay, so even though I have extremely oily skin, you still have to moisturize because that's how you fight the oils. You have to put oils into your face to try and tame your own oils. And since I'll be sweating and oily, it's gonna be a hot mess. So I'm going to use my Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. You can use any moisturizer that works with your skin. This one doesn't break me out, and I have very sensitive skin. I'm breaking out from other stuff, so I should stick to this moisturizer. Put it on the face. Sorry that I'm looking up. I'm using that as my mirror. Now I'm gonna put on my eye cream. I know this isn't makeup, but we gotta take care of ourselves before we put the makeup on. I'm using this Truffle Therapy eye cream. You can use anything. Oh, Skin&Co. But you can use anything that works for you, of course. The makeup is where you need to find makeup that, will stay on all day long. Now sunscreen. You're supposed to wear sunscreen every single day. Even in New York, you're supposed to wear it every single day. If you were in Alaska, you should wear it every day. But especially since we're in Florida, we need it. So I'm going to be using the CeraVe Hydrating Mineral Sunscreen 50 Face. You only need the tiniest bit because this will make your face so white. Since I have a big forehead, gotta really put it on there because that's where it always gets burnt. And chapstick. My favorite chapstick is by Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Kiss. Okay, so now let's get to the fun stuff. I'm gonna comb my eyebrows. I've been using this Hourglass Arch Micro Brow Pencil. And then let's fill in our eyebrows. And brush them up again. I used to shape my eyebrows, like cut them out with concealer and stuff. I don't do that anymore, and especially in Disney. No thank you. So I just fill them in a little bit. And then I do put the tiniest bit of eyeshadow on. I don't put liquid eyeliner on while I'm at Disney. I used to, but I'll sweat and then I'll forget and I'll have a wing here and I'll go like this and it's gone. So even the waterproof ones, I don't like that. So I just put on a little bit of like any brown eyeshadow. I usually do like a cool brown eyeshadow, and then I just smudge it on my lash line. I do the bottom and the top. I just like a little bit of something. So literally just the tiniest bit of something. So see, there's something there. The mascara is, to me, the most important thing of makeup. I feel like I need to have mascara on. And it has to be waterproof. Even every single day I use waterproof because it holds the curl longer. But in Florida you should use waterproof because, one, water rides rain. You should just do it so you don't look like a hot mess when a rainstorm comes in and then you go to dinner. No one wants that. I also use 2 mascaras. It's a bit excessive, I guess, but that's just how I do it. I use the E.l.f. Lash It Loud mascara and then the Bambi eye mascara, waterproof. I don't know if this one's waterproof actually, but this one for sure is. So yes, I would get this one before this one. This one makes very fanned out pretty eyelashes. This is more like of a clumpy type, which I like for like thick volume. So yeah. Make sure that you do the back of your eyelashes too if you want more volume. So now that my mascara is done, let's put on some primer. I recommend any type of smoothing putty-like primer. I've been using the Clarins Instant Smooth Perfecting Touch. I only use the tiniest bit. Put it on my T-zone, so my nose, my cheeks, my forehead, and my chin. And then just blend it in. Not everyone has to do this, but I do this because I have a lot of scarring. I'm breaking out a ton. So I put on concealer on the little breakouts and then I put foundation over it. So the concealer I've been using for so long, for years, is the First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Avocado Concealer. I love it so much because it's such a creamy, light, everyday concealer. It's not thick or anything. It's very moisturizing too. So I put on dots. Just do a little bit of that. It's everywhere. And then with my thumb, I blend it in very lightly. Or I don't necessarily really blend it in, I guess you could say. I just kind of start it. I just tap a little bit. So now it's obviously not blended in, but I leave it like that. And now we'll go wet our sponge. I mean, you can use a brush. I always like using sponge better. I feel like it just blends in better. My favorite sponge is the Real Techniques one, so I'll be right back. So now that our sponge is wet, let's put on some foundation. I use the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. It's very light to medium coverage, I would say. I mean, you could pack it on, but I just put a little bit, so I guess that's what makes it light to medium coverage. And it's the consistency of like a tinted moisturizer, which I like. Also not thick. As you can tell, I hate makeup that makes it feel like you're wearing makeup, which is perfect for Disney. And this makeup lasts very, very long. Like even I can put it on at 6 a.m. and at 9 p.m. it still looks good, honestly. So I just pump it onto like half a pump, and then I go like this. I put like the tiniest bit on my forehead because I don't really like makeup on my forehead unless it's like powder, bronzer or something. And then we tap away. I just bring the excess makeup that's on my sponge over my nose because I just don't want it to look creepy, I guess. I mean, it doesn't, but like I don't really like cream makeup on my nose or my forehead, honestly. My forehead doesn't like really need makeup because it's just my forehead. My cheeks do though, and I didn't take it all off my hand, so I'm just putting a little bit more on. If you want makeup that's gonna cover all your acne like perfectly, this isn't the makeup. I want my face to look like skin, so now that I look like a ghost in this camera, we're gonna put some concealer on under our eyes. So I just put a little line like so, and then I tap a little bit with my finger, kind of like what I did with the concealer on my acne. I just kind of get it like warmed up and started. While this sits on my under eyes for a second, I will tell you about my powder. I think loose powder is the way to go for keeping your makeup on all day in the parks. I use the Too Faced Peach Perfect Loose Setting Powder. They are discontinuing this, I think, for some reason. I don't know why. It's the mattifying loose setting powder. It is so amazing. I've used this again for years and it's so good. I don't know why they would discontinue it. I do have other ones that are good as well that I can pop up on the screen because I cannot remember them right now. Because there is this one powder I have that once I run out of this, I guess I'm going to have to use that. It's still really good, but this one's just my favorite. But the other one is like kind of like wet. It's this weird thing. You might have heard about it. It's so weird. You put it on and it feels very cooling. So it is really nice for Florida because it is so hot down there. But I just like this one a little bit more. But that's okay, you know. Change is a good thing. Whatever. Now I'm going to blend the concealer with my sponge. I start from the back. I don't think that matters, but now that our concealer is blended, I am going to take a big fluffy brush. I've had this brush for so long from Real Techniques. Dip it into the powder and just start putting it all over my face. So now that our makeup is set with some powder, we'll put on some contour and bronzer. Again, this is makeup that legit lasts all day long. First, I'm gonna do some contour. This shade, of course, if you can't tell, I love it. This is the Smashbox Cali contour. I take a little small brush just to, you know, try to get the illusion that my cheeks aren't as big as they are. Which, you know, is kind of impossible, but I put it on my forehead and then just on my cheeks, a little bit under the chin. Then I end up taking a little bit of a bigger type of brush and I just do it again. I don't know, I feel like I always have to do a smaller brush and then a bigger one. I don't know. Put a little bit on my nose so that it's not just a white canvas on my nose. I honestly kind of use the contour shade as a bronzer, just a very cool toned one. The actual bronzer I use is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which I also give a lot of love to. And this one I use a bigger fluffy brush. This is from ColourPop. The ones that were like this, the white ones, were from ColourPop. Since it's such a big brush, I just lightly put it everywhere that I put the contour. Kind of just slapping your face with the brush. Like that. I usually don't put highlighter on, really, but if I do, lately I've been using this one by Touch and Soul. But I, of course, use just those two light ones. I'll put on a little bit today for fun, but I feel like in Disney you don't really need highlight because you will be sweating. Then I take the original brush that I used from the beginning when I first set my makeup, and I just make sure everything is blended. Next, I put on some eyebrow gel. I don't really know if I recommend this eyebrow gel. It's just an eyebrow gel that I use. I will pop it up on the screen though. Now we have to put some color back into our lips. So in the parks, I don't really like to wear like lipstick, lip liner type stuff. If I'm gonna use a lipstick, this is my favorite lipstick by L'Oreal, and it's in Sunwash 857. But I usually just use the Sol de Janeiro. It's like a tinted chapstick lip balm type thing. It looks a lot darker than it is. It's just a light tint. But I feel like it's so easy to reapply throughout the day if you need to. And it feels very moisturizing. I like it a lot. The most important step, my favorite step is mascara of course, but the most important step to keep your makeup on all day is the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. You don't need to use a fan. This is a little extra, but I like it. And then I just take this sponge over while it's still a little damp and run it all over my face. Take these clips out. This is how I do my makeup for the parks. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Actually, I don't know how little it was because the timer is pretty long, but I hope you enjoyed this video and you stick around. If you'd like to see more Disney-based type content, please subscribe and like this video. But I hope you have a very magical day, and yeah, bye!